In November 1979, gunfire echoed inside the holiest site in Islam. Armed radicals had seized the Grand Mosque in Mecca, taking thousands hostage and shaking the Muslim world to its core. For the first time in centuries, blood was spilled inside the Kaaba complex. As Saudi forces struggled to regain control, rumors began to swirl. A story spread that a Pakistani commando unit called Rehbar, led by a young Major Pervez Musharraf, who eventually became the president of Pakistan, had been secretly flown in to help end the siege. There is no verified record of such an operation, and official accounts credit Saudi forces aided by French advisors with retaking the mosque. But the Rehbar story endured, not because of evidence, but because of what it symbolized: Pakistan's loyalty and Saudi Arabia's trust. That trust would define a brotherhood stretching over 6 decades. Under defense protocols signed in the 1980s, Pakistan maintained a steady military presence inside the kingdom. Its soldiers served as trainers, advisors, and in high security roles around Mecca, Medina, and other royal sites. Some reports mention Pakistan's Special Services Group, the country's elite commando force, among those tasked with specialized security and advisory duties. Open sources describe Pakistani units performing protective duties, quietly guarding symbols of Saudi sovereignty. That invisible partnership laid the foundation for something far bigger to come. Fast forward to September 17, 2025, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan signed a landmark Mutual Defence Pact in Riyadh, formalizing what had long existed behind the scenes. For Riyadh, it was a message to the world that its security would no longer depend solely on the West. For Islamabad, it was recognition of its role as the Muslim world's only capable military power. The pact provides for joint defense planning, intelligence sharing, and rapid response cooperation. But its real meaning lies in what it represents: the official birth of a long, silent alliance. This alliance began in the 1960s when Saudi Arabia sought to modernize its forces and turned to Pakistan for help. Pakistani officers trained Saudi pilots, engineers, and air defense crews. By the mid 1960s, hundreds of Pakistani servicemen were stationed on Saudi bases. That partnership was tested in 1969 when South Yemen invaded Saudi territory. Pakistani pilots flying Saudi jets helped repel the attack in what became known as the Al-Wadiya conflict. It was a small war though, but a moment that cemented Pakistan as Saudi Arabia's military shield. In the years that followed, Pakistan's military footprint spread across the Arab world. During the Arab-Israeli wars of 1967 and 1973, Pakistani pilots such as Saif ul-Azam and Sattar Alvi reportedly flew combat missions alongside Arab forces. These contributions earned Pakistan deep respect among Arab nations, seen not as a distant ally, but as a defender of Muslim solidarity. Through the 1980s and the 1990s, thousands of Pakistani troops rotated through Saudi Arabia, training soldiers, securing oil infrastructure, and protecting key sites. Riyadh, in turn, extended generous loans, deferred oil payments, and also gave political backing. It was a relationship without fanfare, quiet, constant, and built on mutual reliance. In 2017, former Pakistani Army Chief General Raheel Sharif took command of the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition, or IMCTC, headquartered in Riyadh. This 40-nation coalition was often described as the embryo of an Islamic NATO, with Saudi Arabia as the convener and Pakistan as its operational core. Though its focus was counter-terrorism, the symbolism was unmistakable. Pakistan was now the professional centerpiece of the Muslim world's military cooperation. The 2025 Defence Pact also revived speculation about a Saudi nuclear umbrella. Both countries deny any such arrangement, but the perception remains powerful. For decades, Saudi Arabia has quietly relied on Pakistan's nuclear deterrence as a psychological shield, a reassurance that in the face of regional threats, it is not alone. Even without a formal guarantee, the very association with Pakistan's nuclear capability shifts the Gulf's strategic balance. Analysts often call this emerging bloc an Islamic NATO. Together, they form the backbone of a new regional order. It's a pragmatic alliance rooted in shared interests and decades of trust. Pakistan's rise to this level of influence followed its success in Operation Banyan ul Marsoos against India, a campaign that redefined its global military image. That operation focused precision, coordination, and technological advancement, earning respect even among rivals. For Saudi Arabia, it confirmed that Pakistan could be both a partner in peace and a guarantor of security. From the contested Rehbar legend of 1979 to the Defence Pact of 2025, the Saudi military relationship has evolved from myth to mandate. It began in secrecy, it grew through shared wars, quiet deployments, and mutual dependence. And now it stands as a formal alliance between two of the most influential Muslim powers on earth. Saudi Arabia provides the wealth, Pakistan provides the muscle. Together, they form the twin pillars of a new Islamic security framework born from crisis, strengthened by trust, and anchored in faith. This is Meridian 77 East, decoding the geopolitics that shape our world. Please like, share, and subscribe.